So what up people, I'm Israel, Simple King Movie Vlogs, and today we're gonna make this new episode about Rio! Yeah! Let's do it! This movie was made inspired in Brazil, inspired in the Rio de Janeiro culture, inspired in all the Brazilian music contests, and it is a cool movie, it is a friendly family movie. It's a movie you can watch with your dog, with your cat, or with your mom, or with your dad, with your girlfriend, with your child. Anything, you can watch this movie anywhere because you can watch it on a Sunday afternoon where you have no problems with work or stress or anything you have to do in your life. This movie likes to be relaxing and to be funny because it is great. And the movie is about birds. Overall, it's about birds. Birds are the people in the movie. They're not actually the people because there are people in the movie, persons in the movie, but anyway, they're like the main characters of the movie are birds. And there is Fernando, that is the clumsy dad kind of character. And as we all know, a clumsy dad is always funny. They can do everything they want. They always make me smile, and they make you smile. And he is very clumsy, and everything he do, he expects it to make it great, make it cool, and he just doesn't make it. Just like the soccer game when he. I'm not gonna tell much, but the movie is cool. And proceeding, we also have Tulio, which is he is a scientist, and he created one of the bluebirds. That he created the wife of Fernando, and they have 3 children, and they're like moving to the Amazon. But my point is that Tulio has a very interesting technique. He tastes things. He doesn't study. He just tastes the thing to know what it is, or to learn it. He found a feather on the ground, and he was like, what is this? He tasted, and then he discovered that it was the feather of a blue feather bird. Whatever. And I was like, man, I could really use this. This could be very helpful at school. And then I tried, but it didn't work that well. Okay, I'm done. So, moving forward, we have a little frog in this movie. Her name is Gabby. She's a little poisonous frog, and she freaks me out because she has some huge eyes, and she's like looking and singing and always looking. And I was like, okay. Stop it. She's not scary, but I didn't like her look. She was like always looking with her big giant eyes. And I was like, man, make the picture change. I don't want to watch you. Stop it. But moving forward, she has a really strange love into the villain bird, Nigel. She's in love with the birds. I'm not a scientist or whatever, but I don't think that if a frog gets in love with the birds, that would be very helpful, because she's a poisonous frog and he's a bird and a poisonous frog, they might die, kill each other, I don't know. I don't think this would be like a very good joining, but I'm not gonna imagine much, but you can expect that it is really weird. That it is. Oh, by the way, Bruno Mars is in the movie. Or Roberto, if you prefer. And I love his entry. The first time you see Roberto, you're gonna be like, man, that's a big entry. He's singing the Welcome Back, the theme song or whatever it is. And I was like, man, when I get big, I wanna be like this guy. But then I thought that he's a bird and he's not a person, and he doesn't do that in real life because he doesn't exist. But then I was like, it would still be cool to do that, so I will try it later. He was awesome. Roberto was like cool. He was like the incarnation of, I don't know, a pop star or something like that. That is like cool and awesome and swaggy and styly and whatever thing that ended with Eiley. And but at the end you can see that he was a chicken. No pun intended. But at the end you can see that he was a chicken. He was traumatized. But then he gets so pissed off and he starts to fight. And not gonna say more, but it is cool. In this whole movie, Roberto was my favorite. He was like a little bad at the beginning, but I love it. He was like awesome, man. Overall, at the movie, you can see the very creative choreographies. I don't expect to see much birds doing that, but anyway, it was very cool. It was like very Brazilian style kind of dance, like the samba and forró, something like that. It was like they were doing like the carnival dances and something like that. Thing that Brazilian people do, and it was cool. It was very nice concept. I love this. The music at the movies were like a great choice. It was like the really rhythm that Brazilians love. Not all Brazilian, but a big number of them love this kind of songs, and it was a good choice. It was very cool. It was mission accomplished. Inspired in Brazil, made supposedly in Brazil, and it was mission accomplished. Cool. And we can also see the amazing capoeira turtles, which have nothing of amazing or capoeira. I don't know what people have with turtles nowadays, because there are Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which are like amazing. Now they're the amazing capoeira turtles that have nothing of amazing. But it's funny. I think because people think, hey, a turtle does nothing, let's make it do ninja tricks or capoeira, or let's make a turtle that has some big guns in its back and shoots water with them. Whatever, there are a bunch of turtles in fictional history that can do things unbelievable. And I don't know why, but whatever. Amazing Capoeira Turtles was funny to see. I would like to see more of them, but then I would be bored and I would fall asleep because they're really slow. But there was one thing that was like totally Brazilian worth it. I'm not a big fan of soccer, but when the big bird, I forgot how his name was, said the sentence, "It is not a game, it is a war." And it was like the soccer wars. And it was totally true. Because in Brazil, if there is one thing that makes a fight is like talking about football. There are two teams in Brazil that when they play, almost always or a big number of times, they fight. It is Corinthians and Santos. When these teams get together, you can expect something bad happen. It is incredible because this year has already had a fight because of a soccer game. And when the big papa said that it isn't a game, it is a war, I thought in my head, that's exactly what a Brazilian would say. But moving to the final battle of the movie, it was like incredible because I started thinking, man, if birds could use human technologies or human objects, they would do some freaking damage. Because in my head, there was no Northridge in the movie, but I was like, man, if a Northridge found an AK-47 and it could use it, it would be freaking scary. Because a Northridge with her face and those hair, those eyes or something like that, I don't know, it already freaks me out. I don't like to look at them. And imagine one with a freaking AK-47, like ready to shoot. I don't know how it would shoot, with the wings or with the feet. I don't know, it would be weird. But I start thinking that I was like, I hope they don't learn to use our things. I hope they stay just as they are, just flying around and making the world pretty. And that's cool for me. But I gotta give 5 stars to the biggest faked death in animation history. If you've seen Kung Fu Panda, when Master Chifu was almost dying, then he came back. It was a good fake, but I expected that. I was like, he didn't die. He didn't die. He's still alive. I know it. But at this movie, when Nigel and Gabby, the freaky frog, died, I was like, man, that was a big death. And at the end, and some minutes later, you can see that they didn't die. It was all just a hoax. And I was like, you tricked me! Man! I thought they were gonna die! It would be so cool if they died! But they didn't! But it was still funny. I can't say that it wasn't funny. Moving forward, I can tell you the budget of the movie. The budget was of $103 million to make the movie, and the box office gains was of $496 million, and it was good overall. They're still gaining more. And now at the end I give 6.5 popcorn buckets to this movie. Really good to see. If you want to see a family friend kind of movie, if you wanna laugh, you don't want something serious, you just want to see something and enjoy your free time, watch the movie, it's very good. This review was requested and this review is real just for you. If you want me or Lucas to talk about a movie you saw or a movie you would like us to talk about, just comment below. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, to share and subscribe. We're trying to make a schedule about releasing new video like twice a week or thrice a week. We're making that up. We're not already done, but very soon I'm gonna say how many times I'm gonna make a video every week, so you guys already know when there's a new video and when there isn't. So everything's cool. Street Kings Movie Vlogs is out, people.